And last but not least, like I like to say, save the best for last. Hopefully, we'll see what happens after the interview.
We'll see.
It's Ben Ferrari. He's been on with us before. How you doing, Ben?
I'm good. Nice to see you.
Good to see you again. So, tell us about what you brought back again and what you have new for this year's Mini IndieCon.
Right. Well, I think this is my third year, and I'm Ben, Pilot Studios. We've done over 50 comics, individual comics, and there's only so much room on the table. So I've spent the last year taking a lot of those individual issues and putting them under new covers. For example, I took 3 issues of Kurt Belcher's The Stars and made a trade paperback out of it. I took my Carriers book, which I've done 5 or 6 different comics, and I put a bunch of them under a new cover, Carriers Adventures. Let's see, but we're still making new floppies. This is called The Marsupial. Erica J. Heflin and Elias Martins wrote Carriers, The Marsupial. So we still have individual issues coming out. But the focus of the year is taking a lot of stuff we've done over the past couple of years and putting them under new covers. But we are doing new stuff, as I said. This is called Dive Bomb. He is a Rocketeer-style character. He's got a jetpack. His daughter, Fuse, also has a jetpack. And this is an anthology we did about their adventures. Lots of different writers and artists involved in that. So that's one of my latest. And then, of course, we did a print based on the back cover of that called, and that's by Kevin Christensen. So
those actually are pretty cool, and you guys probably can't tell, but those are metal. They're not just a piece of cardboard. Those are metal.
Metal prints. So they're more pricey, of course, than the paper prints. But I've been doing paper for a long time, and it seemed like a logical next step as far as that product goes. I think my most exciting book, though, of the year is one we just finished. It's called Always Punch Nazis, and we ran a Kickstarter for it. We were very successful. The short story behind it is Southern Poverty Law Center was supporting us, so we have the logo on the cover. We're going to donate profits to them, and they backed out of that. There was after I had put the logo on, there was an article on Breitbart News about the fact that we're inciting violence towards Nazis. Breitbart apparently doesn't like that idea, and so we got a lot of traction. We got a lot of heat on the Kickstarter because of Breitbart News doing this huge article about Kickstarter supposedly ignoring their own terms of service, where you're not supposed to punch Nazis. So we think you are supposed to punch Nazis in a metaphorical way, and so we made this comic book. Lots of different artists and writers. It's an anthology series, and that was probably our biggest moment of the year for sure.
Well, I don't want to start anything, but I guess Nazi lives matter too.
Nazi lives matter. Is that the new thing?
I would say no, but I
their
guess.
Lives matter? Yeah, they do. But should they be punched? I think so.
Yes.
I think we can all agree historically Nazis should be punched, and so we made a book.
Hey, Captain America punched the biggest Nazi, so why not?
Jack Kirby believed in punching Nazis. I think we're on the right side
Yeah.
of history here, if there's any question about it.
I think so too. Yeah. So yeah. Where can they get all of them? Really?
Most of the books are available on IndiePlanet.com. The Carriers, the Sun Chasers, which is about the son of Hitler, out to redeem the Hitler name. He's a good guy. This is a trade paperback. And then from last year, this is called Saturn and Orion individual issue. Issue 2 will be in production soon. So yeah, like I said, IndiePlanet.com is where our books are available, or here at shows.
I spoke to some of the people that were here also, because some of them are publishers, as you are. So if somebody's watching, if they're not here, if somebody's watching, say, hey, I got an idea, maybe I should pitch it to Ben. How can they do that?
Sure. Well, I would say go on to our Pilot Studios Facebook page, see what kind of books we do. If you think your art or your stories fit into that, because we don't do everything. We have a certain look. If you think it's something that you'd want to be part of and that it fits in our brand, email me through that Pilot Studios page or benferrari44@gmail.com. I'm happy to look at anybody who wants to collaborate and make comics.
Well, while I have you here, let's pretend the camera's somebody who tries to pitch you something. What won't you take, we'll say?
What won't I take? Obviously adult material we don't publish, we don't touch. I only work with good artists. If you're just starting out, I'm probably going to say no, thank you, because I want my books to be a certain level. I will encourage you, and I will help you along, and I'll show you where you need to improve. But generally, I work with the best artists, and so that's what makes my book stand out. What else won't we take? You know, misogynist stuff, racist stuff. You know, we're looking at telling solid stories where everybody can, you know, take part and enjoy them. You won't see naked women in mine. You won't even see scantily clad. People are covered up. So.
Now, stop, all of you that are saying, well, that's mean, you won't give us a chance. Oh, no, honestly, that's just being honest, really, is what it is. Even with what I do, radio, TV, everything, that's the way it works. They're not going to give me a shot just out of college just because they're not. So, you know, at least you're saying, you know, you'll give them, you'll point them in the right direction. We'll put it that way.
I will encourage anybody, and anybody interested in working with me, I will have a conversation with and help you where I can. But there's a certain level of quality that Pilot Studios books have. That's the reality.
Yeah, and, you know, don't burn bridges, like I always say. Ben may know someone who's willing to give you a shot.
Absolutely. There's lots of publishers I work with and I communicate with all the time. And we have different artists working with us. And, you know, and everybody needs to start somewhere. So if I'm not interested in working with you, make your own comics. That's the other part of it. I started making my own comics. Anybody else can too. It's a learning curve. It's not always easy, but you know, when I started out drawing, nobody was giving me a job drawing comics. So guess what I did? I made my own, and here we are. You know, and I'm still not the best. All these artists I work with, they're better than me. That's the other part. You know, I get people who are better than me, and it's worked out well.
Yeah, I mean, again, we just talked to them, and they're right here next to Ben. These kids right here, they're 12 years old. They're just getting started. So you can do it too. So the website, one more time.
Well, certainly the Pilot Studios Facebook page is the most active way to find us. So I appreciate your interviewing me. This is a fun show at Flying Colors, and I'll be here next year as well.
And we'll probably be right here too. Thanks, Ben.
You're welcome.